All right, Zac Babb here with head coach Kirk Eaton, the 0-week edition of Monday Morning Football. First off, Coach, how does it feel to be back to football?
Good, really good. You know, you get kind of antsy in the summer, and you really don't know how to occupy your time because it's so big a part of what you do. But no, it feels good to be back to work. But the only thing I'd change is I wish somebody would give me some clouds. real lot.
All right, looking off, coming into the season, you got Ja'Cory Warwick, you've got Timmy Alaka, you've got Jacoby Hunter. They're all getting Division I scholarship offers from colleges. What does that really mean to this team and their strengths going into this season?
I think first and foremost, I'm happy for the families, and I'm happy for what it says about our school. You've got a couple of young men who are academically eligible to receive a Division I full scholarship, which will pay for their college. So first and foremost, I'm happy that those kids have taken care of the business in the classroom. And then when it brings to the football side, it means you got some very talented young men. And, Ja'Cory is, I think, the first early commitment we've had in the history of the school. And then, of course, to be, to the flagship university, not to make anybody mad, but, it is Texas. I'm not a Texas fan, but it's University of Texas. So that's impressive. But, all of them work so hard. And it's not a surprise that they're where they are. But, it means we got talent, and it means we got experience. So it's something that helps me sleep a little easier at night.
All right, looking into the 0-week game that just happened this past weekend, 42-0 win over Oak Ridge. First on the offensive side of the ball, you had Bryce Peters with 3 touchdown runs, and Cameron Hankhouse coming in and taking over for Troy Mitchell at quarterback. How would you rate your offensive performance this first game?
Yeah, I thought we started slow, but I kind of thought we would because we really didn't know what we were getting. It was the first time we ever played Oak Ridge. Didn't really know how they were going to defend us. Didn't have enough film on them. It took us a while. It took us almost half of the first quarter to kind of figure out how they were going to defend us. And I think it's the game plan we're going to see the rest of the year. People are going to load the box and try to take Bryce away. But if you're going to do that, then that means you're going to try to single up with Ja'Cory Warwick and Timmy Alaka and Jamel and Noah and Chris O'Connell, which is not a good game plan. We're lucky. And we were able to loosen them up, and then as soon as we did, Bryce just did what Bryce did. He only had 12 carries, and I know I'd feel a lot better being the defensive-minded coach than I am if he had 20 touches every game. But part of that was we played well enough that we could pull him and got Dimitri, his backup, a lot of carries, and Dimitri looked good. But Bryce played well. Offensive line played really well, though. The 2 long touchdown runs, he was untouched. And if you're going to let an untouched running back run, they can run a 4.40, you're not going to catch him. And so that's what you saw. But I was happy, very happy.
And on the defensive side of the ball, shut out to start the season. Last year's defense, second overall, just behind Cy-Fair. Going into this season, shut out your first game of the season. What does that mean to the rest of these games against your district?
First and foremost, it means that they executed the game plan that Coach Brister and the rest of the defensive staff laid out, which we're very, very pleased with. Oak Ridge was very multiple in their formations and gave us a lot to look at. We didn't bust anything that I saw, but we got after them pretty good. A lot of depth coming back on that side of the ball. DJ's a 3-year starter. Tommy is a 2-year starter, but he's only been on the varsity for 3 years. Jacoby's a 3-year starter. Ataro started every game last year, but 2. So a lot of leadership and a lot of experience on that side of the ball as well, just like offense. What I was impressed with was the team speed. I mean, it seemed like we almost had 12 players out there sometimes, just really running the ball. We got lucky. We had a couple kids move in on the D-line that added a lot of depth where we needed it on the D-line because we lost 2 of the starters in the defensive ends positions last year. And the 4 kids that rotated in those 2 spots really, really played well. And Jacoby, a year ago at this time wasn't healthy and was playing injured, and to his credit, and he wasn't injured the other night. Man, he really, really looked like the kid we know he is.
All right, and then looking up, you got an off week this week, week 1. Week 2, you're playing Cy Springs. They finished 0-10 last year. Got blown out by Maiden Creek in 0 week. What's kind of your game plan going in against that?
Well, my game plan is for our kids to listen to one thing. I don't know if you remember last year, but I told you that the toughest game of the year for us was going to be William Creek because Coach Thompson knows us better than anybody, and I feel the same way about Cy Springs. The only reason I'm here at Cy Falls is because Rick Covey left, their new head coach, and then of course Cole Krisnick, our former running backs coach, is now their offensive coordinator. So we have 2 former Golden Eagles on their staff. They're going to have a little more insight to what we do, both offensively and defensively. I mean, I learned a lot of defensive principles, excuse me, and concepts from Rick Covey, and now sure enough, he's the head coach over there. So I'm sure they're doing a few things over there the Cy Falls way, which we're doing it the Cy Falls way. There's some Rick Covey involved in what we do. So I'm not going to worry about that Maiden Creek score because I know it's a district. I know if we don't take care of business in this district, you'll slip up. So we need to be prepared for someone that is going to really know what we do, especially offensively. And they've got some talent on the offensive side of the ball. The defense is where we're going to attack them. I think that's where we have the advantage. But it's 17-5A, and if we take a night off, we'll lose. It's that simple.
All right, Coach.
Appreciate
Thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thank you.